Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Prince of Cups will start us off. This, I think, is somebody maybe trying to live authentically. This is somebody who is trying to maintain their identity in this kind of ocean of other energies. Yeah, this is kind of a bubble of our own consciousness, right? Trying to keep something of ourselves that we can hold on to, even while we feel as if we are kind of merging with the whole. Yeah. Let's put this into some context, all right? See what other cards we get and how this might apply. 10 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Death card. Interesting. This is evolution. This, I think, is more of a... we have all this physical kind of momentum behind us, right? But it's as if we are trying to maintain our own identity in this larger process of transformation. This is a life change. This is really huge. Yeah. We got a 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, the Fool, which is in the position of what we don't want, right? And the Fool is the 0 card. The Fool doesn't have an identity. The Fool just mixes with whatever experience that it's in. Okay? The Sun is the ultimate identity. So this is deep. This is deep. I think in another way of looking at this, we're being kind of cautioned to not jump into anything. The circumstances as you understand them are changing. Don't make another move until you can see everything clearly for what it is. Don't be a fool, right? Don't walk off the edge. Wait until everything is revealed to you. This thing is a lot bigger. There's a lot more moving parts than you realize. This thing is more cosmic in scope than you realize, okay? There's a lot more at play here. I think there is a lot at stake. 10 of Pentacles. I think this is your future. This is your well-being. This is your money. Right? This is your life. This is your best life. And you want to manifest this. You want to achieve your best life. You want to live your best life, and you want to keep doing it. So if that's your goal, if your best life is your goal, we need to be careful what we do right now. Right? Because I feel as if the 10 of Wands is almost saying that we're prone to doing something drastic, something kind of extreme, right? Something that may be too big right now. Okay? Maybe we need to take small steps instead of that giant leap. Yeah? Because this is a situation that's moving differently than you thought. This is that Death card. It might be going slower or faster. It might have kind of paused for a second. There's a lot of other infinite and unknown factors involved here that I think we need to get this kind of solar perspective on before we make our next move, so that your next move is the correct one. 3 of Wands, doing the correct thing, right? Yeah, I wonder if you've started a business, or you've figured something out and you started maybe earning a lot of money. There's some kind of a success that is happened rather quickly. I almost feel like you invented something or you figured something out, and now it's starting to make money for you, right? And we're being kind of led to this really kind of big decision, this big move, this big step, big leap, right? And I think we're being cautioned to Look everything over first. Whatever you're itching to do right now, don't do it. Wait. Wait until you get another perspective. Sleep on it, right? Wait till the morning. Here we've got that sun, right? The sunrise coming at the end. Wait until morning when you have a kind of fresh perspective on this. Maybe we're a little bit too rash. Maybe we're a little bit too overzealous right now. And we're not sure that we're going to do the right thing. We might be kind of going too hard with something, too extreme with something, when what we need is a little bit less of something. Okay, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Oh, look at that. The volunteer, the empress. Well, I think this is the promise that it's the promised land, right? This is your best life. This is the land of milk and honey. This is the paradise that you want. And it's right here with that 10 of Pentacles. It is the best life. If this is what you want, you have to wait for the sun to rise so that you can make sure you're doing all the right things to get that. Okay. I think this also really does have to do with your identity and your sense of individuality as well. Okay. And these readings, there's many layers to these readings. And sometimes the focus is on the spiritual layer. Sometimes it's on the mundane, practical layer. Sometimes it's on the psychological layer. I think all these layers are ultimately one reality, but we may focus on different layers, all right? Now, this is the mystery card. This is Kevin, a.k.a. Mr. Bates. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Okay. All right. Let's look around the room. Let's get started here. We have major, 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 and then we got this extra major arcana card, which I think this is our goal. This is the promise, right? This is what Spirit is saying. Yeah, this is what you want. This is what you're going to get. Don't worry about the outcome. The outcome's going to be okay, but don't make another move until you can see everything for what it is. Okay, being a little bit cautious right now, being a little bit reserved, listening a little bit more than you're talking right now is going to be important for you getting your best life, to getting the positive outcome in this situation. Okay, you've got to be able to see everything. You've got to be paying attention all over the place and not just kind of jump into the first thing, not leap, not take this big, huge leap, right, with this Fool energy. And now in terms of your identity too, I feel as if you've discovered something. You've realized what your truth is. Maybe the Prince of Cups here is you realizing what your talent is. Realizing kind of what you're good at. And you've turned it into a business, right? You've figured out a way to make this what you do with your life for a living, you know. And with this, maybe there is this sense of kind of getting lost in the ocean of energy here. Like just kind of forgetting what you believe in. Forgetting who you are, forgetting, you know, like where we came from and things like that. It's like you're a drop of water. You're an individual little drop. And now you just kind of got tossed into the ocean. And you're going to lose that drop of water, right? We're not going to know. So this is the card that kind of says we're keeping our core value, we're keeping our identity in this situation, right? Now, maybe it's not a business, maybe this is a family thing, maybe this is a relationship. Maybe the 10 of Wands is saying that you got into this partnership with somebody and you're kind of wondering where they end and you begin. Even the 10 of Wands has this suggestion of, you know, two. And the two that are in this card could either be interdependent, a power couple, or codependent. Okay? So we need to figure that out. And I don't think you really are looking to lose your identity. You want to be an individual. You want to be unique. You want to have your own opinion and perspective on things. Yeah. The Fool has no opinion, has no perspective. The Fool is whatever cards are next to it. The Fool is whatever it immerses itself in, and that's what the Fool likes to do. Likes to experience everything. Right? This is like the actor that plays all sorts of different and colorful and varied roles in their career doesn't have a sense of who they actually are. And I actually think Jim Carrey talked about this. I love Jim Carrey. I did hear that he watches the show. I heard from a friend of a friend that he's a fan of these tarot readings. So, Jim, if you're watching, I love you. I think he talked about that too, playing all of these roles, always a different character. And those characters are so unique and so special and so distinct. But underneath it all, what's left? Who is it that's playing these roles, right? And we can look at our own lives that way and think, God, I'm all these things to all these different people, but who am I? Who am I to myself? Who am I at the end of the day, stripped of all of these responsibilities, all of these activities, all of these thoughts and feelings even? Who am I underneath everything? Because there's no such thing as an original thought, right? And incidentally, we don't see any air energy here anyway. So kind of a moot point. Every thought we have, every idea is kind of built upon the last one. And even in philosophy, as far as I know, I'm not a philosopher, but even philosophy is like, it's just built upon what came before it. Right? You take the last kind of great wave of philosophy and we expand on that, we build on that, we ask the questions to that. And then we have our new philosophy. But it's not new, it's all an evolution, it's all an expansion of the same thing. Where does it originate? I don't know. Zero. Fool. Nowhere. Right? Nothing. Everything from nothing. Anyway, let's talk about the earth energies here. Let's get on to this kind of more practical stuff. Let's stop trying to philosophize. You are creating your best life. You are producing things. You're creating the good life for yourself, your family, your loved ones, whoever is with you. You're doing it. And I feel like you are just you're very successful. And it might be a relatively new success. And that's why we've got a little bit of this extreme kind of fiery energy where it's just like we want to do everything all at once. But we're trying to build wealth. This is like generational wealth. This is something that you can give your kids, that you can leave to your community, that you can, pass on. This is creating something that will be there when you're not, right? When you're gone. And you want to enjoy it, right? The Empress is here to say, yes, this is something that you want to preserve, but at the same time, you are allowed to enjoy it. You are allowed to take pleasure in what you've created, what you have earned, what you've built, right? The good life. You've earned the good life. You should enjoy the good life. Yeah. We've also got to be careful with what our next move is going to be, where we go from here. I do feel like there's some sort of a big leap that you want to take. Maybe it's like expanding the business, or it's just a very kind of a really big shift in your business plan or your game plan, And Spirit's cautioning, saying, let's just wait. If you take this big leap now, we aren't really sure how it's going to turn out. Let's wait until we can get more information. Let's wait till more data comes in. Let's wait until we've got this solar perspective where we can see all the different outcomes. Let's wait. Let's sleep on it. Yeah. Let's sleep on it. And then we'll figure out what to do. Yeah. And I think that's very reasonable advice. Very simple advice. The Death card is a very tricky card because it operates at its own time. I always say death is slow and steady. Right? It's going to get to everybody eventually. But sometimes it can seem like this, because the Death card's all about change, the way things are changing, right? And we may feel like now, okay, I can see the pattern. I know how things are changing. I can see the trend. But that's where the Death card gets tricky, because then it's going to change pace. It's going to change the relative speed of that change. And you thought you understood the trend, but you'll be surprised. Yeah. And that's the irony of the Death card. Change is always happening, no matter what. And right when we kind of feel like we know the pace, it's going to change. It's one of those things that when we look at it, it's going to be different. It's going to behave differently because we're looking at it. But then if we don't look at it, well, then we can't really engage with it. So it's one of those. It's like a catch-22. So I think the universe spirit is really asking you to take a pause. Don't make this big move until we sleep on it, until we really get some sort of clarity. Now, let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. It really does help out the channel, and I really appreciate that. I'm getting a strong mother energy coming in. It's probably the volunteer from that Empress energy. But I feel like your mother, it could be a grandmother, I feel like they've passed. Yeah, and I feel like this is something that your mom is kind of trying to tell you, like, just sleep on it. You don't have to decide right now. Don't do anything crazy right now. You know, to me it feels like mom is still there with you. And I'm getting an A name for, I think maybe mom has the A name. It's kind of the energy that says, look, you don't want to ruin a good thing. So sleep on it. See how you feel in the morning. If you still want to do this, then think about it more, sleep on it again, right? I don't know if mom had some sort of was there a brain thing going on with mom? I feel something with the back of the head. She's with you. I feel like she's always kind of right there. Were you close with her? I feel like you're very close with her. I feel like the two of you were like good friends more than anything. And I feel like she's still with you. And I almost wonder if sometimes you have an object or something of hers, right? I don't know what it is. It's something small. I don't know if it's like a keychain or something. You have something of hers, and I think sometimes you just kind of squeeze it, and you're just hoping for some kind of a message from her, you know? Like, what am I supposed to do right now, Mom? You know, we've all kind of had those moments. I feel like she's there with you, and she's trying to let you know. Yeah. Anyway, the Three of Wands that we see. This is you doing the right thing. This is you waking up in the morning and thinking, okay, this is what I want to do. How is it really resonating with me? Does it feel like the right thing? Does it harmonize with my values? Does it harmonize with my beliefs? Do I really believe in this? Does it feel right? Yeah. And that's how we know that our idea, our intention is correct, is righteous. You know, I used to not like the word righteous, but now I'm really kind of digging it in a relative way, right? Because I feel like we can't assume that our way is the only right way. It's not that kind of, righteousness, but it's this checking in with our own energies to get that sense of correctness or rightness. All right. I think there's probably a Chinese word that I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. But it's something absolutely as it should be, and we do that kind of introspection to verify that with our heart mind, and then we move forward. Yeah. And then we put this plan into action. We've got the Four of Wands next. Now we're doing it. We're implementing our will. We're going from a 3 to a 4. Boom. We've set this thing in motion. And I feel like this is going to be good. This is going to lead us to that best life. And maybe when you wake up in the morning, it's going to be kind of a different decision. It's not going to be what this extreme choice was here. This maybe was a card that says it's all or nothing, right? And this might be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more cautious, And of course, we're avoiding the Fool. But in some ways, we're not, because this is the card we don't want. We don't want to lose ourselves. We don't want to lose our identity. But in some ways, we have to kind of swallow that a little bit if we're going to transcend and reach the sun. If we're going to become this fully illumined spiritual being, this kind of totality, this true self energy. Sometimes we have to sacrifice what we think and what we believe. See, the Prince of Cups, it's all air and water. It's all heart and mind. This is a human personality. This is a cosmic being, spiritual personality, right? The whole thing. We're not getting rid of this, but we maybe have to let go of our attachment to it if we're going to transcend this is still going to be there, but we have to be willing to let it go. For temporarily, right? Temporarily let it go, right? And so maybe this Ten of Wands is this kind of, this thing that you want to do that in some way is going to solidify or reinforce this human personality. This heart and mind has its feelings, has its opinions, right? So maybe the Fool really is what we need. We need to just, for now, I'm going to let go of that. And I'm going to be okay with not doing that extreme thing to solidify that. And I'm going to allow the solar consciousness to blossom. And this is going to give me the perspective that I need to move forward. Now, I don't think we're really thinking about it in this kind of a planned way, very scheming kind of agenda here. But I feel like that's the way the energy kind of works. We have to be willing to let go of our heart and mind. Let go of that human personality for now. Be willing to sacrifice it in order for this to grow and to blossom, for us to achieve this. Maybe the mystery card will be the Hanged Man. Yeah. Maybe. The suspension of, the human personality so that this greater light can dawn. This is a real, enlightenment. It's an enlightening. Yeah. It's an illumination. Well, let's look at the mystery card now. How about it? Let's see what this card's going to bring for us. I'm already thinking Hanged Man. We know it's not going to be the Empress. We already got the Empress. Maybe the Hanged Man, maybe more water, maybe more air. I don't know. What is really the hard thing for you to let go of? I think it's maybe going to be the water. But then, I don't know, Cancer, maybe the hard thing for us to let go of is the air, right? Is the rationalization that we're prone to. Well, if you have a prediction, I want you to put it down in the comments, all right? Let's see what we've got. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's water, right? Water of earth. The Queen of Pentacles looks quite similar to the Empress, right? Quite similar. And the difference really, I think, is that the Queen of Pentacles has everything that they've wanted, but they're discontented. They're still longing for something else, right? They're still attached to something that they don't feel. It's almost as if you have your pets, your plants, your people, right? Your best life is all around you. Why aren't you enjoying it? What is it that is holding you back from enjoying this? It's one of these attachments in this kind of human personality. This human personality that, makes us feel that we are, makes us feel that we're phonies, right? If I could use that word. Because we're searching for authenticity. We're searching for who we really are, what we really are. What do I really believe? What do I really think? What do I really feel? And this is, even in all of this success, we're still wondering, who am I? Why am I here? Interesting. And I don't think we're going to get the answer right now. This is the question I think that all of us are asking. At whatever stage of life we're in, whatever level of success, who am I? Why am I here? Yeah. Well, let's do an extended reading. Maybe we'll find out. If you want to watch that, it's either up here or down below. There's a link. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Friday, but I am here every day. Just come on back. See me again tomorrow. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.